All right, video number 5 for chapter 5, and we are going to start right here. Lonely as was Hester's situation, and without a friend on earth who dared to show himself, she, however, incurred no risk of want. She possessed an art that sufficed, even in a land that afforded comparatively little scope for its exercise, to supply food for her thriving infant and herself. It was the art, then as now, almost the only one within a woman's grasp, of needlework. She bore on her breast, in a curiously embroidered letter, a specimen of her delicate and imaginative skill, of which the dames of the court might gladly have availed themselves, to add the richer and more spiritual ornament of human ingenuity to their fabrics of silk and gold. Here, indeed, in the sable simplicity that generally characterized the Puritanic modes of dress, there might be an infrequent call for the finer productions of her handiwork. Yet the tastes of the age, demanding whatever was elaborate in composition of this kind, did not fail to extend its influence over stern prognitioners, who had cast behind them so many fashions which it might seem harder to dispense with. Public ceremonies, such as ordinations and installations of magistrates and all that, could give majesty to the forms in which all new governments manifested itself to the people, were, as a matter of policy, marked by a stately and well-conducted ceremonial, and somber, but yet a studied magnificence. Deep ruffs, painful wrought bands, and gorgeously embroidered gloves were all deemed necessary to the original state of men assuming the reins of power, and were readily allowed to individuals dignified by rank or wealth. Even with sumptuary laws forbade these and similar extravagance to the plebeian order. In the array of funerals, too, whether the apparel of the dead body or the typify of the manifold embalming devices of sable cloth and snowy lawn, the sorrow of the survivors, there was a frequent and characteristic demand for such labor as Hester Prynne could supply. Baby linen for babies, then wore robes of state, afforded still another possibility of toil and emolument. So we see here the reason why Hester is able to make a living is by her weaving, right? But funny enough and ironically enough, the way she is doing it is by what she's wearing on the letter on her chest acts as like an advertisement to her skill, right? So she wore on her breast in the curiously embroidered letter a specimen of her delicate imaginative skill, of which the dames of court might gladly have availed themselves, right? So and so we see Hester Prynne helping people out and making some kind of garments for them.